So about a year ago, if you told me Pac-Man was in Smash, I'd probably have to grab a cup of tea, go sit at my windowsill, look out towards the sky and say,
I hope I look good for my first on-screen appearance. I mean, Pac-Man. Who fucking likes Pac-Man? I mean...
See, Pac-Man was a character many Smash fans have wanted since Brawl. This was the game where characters from outside of Nintendo were finally able to battle it out with all your favorite characters. So when Smash 4 came around, eyebrows were definitely raised as to who the third-party characters would be this time. Man, people wanted Rayman, Sora, Sparkster, Goku, Shrek. No, please, man. Please, Shrek. Oh, no. But alas, this game, they pulled every stop. You basically got every important gaming icon from the 80s and 90s. Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man. I'll never forget you, old buddy. But one large question stood in the face of many fans and developers about our big yellow ball. What the hell kind of moveset could a 3/4 slice pizza man have? How could it be unique? So ladies and gentlemen, that's why we're here. Today on Know Your Moves, we're going to be unpacking this Pac-Man to find all the hidden design elements in Super Smash Bros.
Wow! Come on, bitch! It's Sonic speed!
So, okay, when I pondered the next episode I do, Pac-Man was definitely not on the top of that list. I mean, look at his moves. There's not a lot of room to dig for hidden design elements or features. I mean, most is just a history lesson. And once you look past that, they're all made up. Except for his up air. Pac-Man World 2, his flick kick, baby! I mean, you've got so much plastered into here. It's almost like he's a walking advertisement. There's attacks where he turns into 2D Pac-Man, his fruits, the ghost, the trampoline from Mappy, the Galaga boss beam, the hydrant from Pac-Land, and don't even get me started on his taunts. I think we can all agree that what they were going for here is not just Pac-Man, but Namco as a whole. So, why do I think he is the way he is in Smash? I think the developers wanted to encapsulate the exact essence of arcades and gaming in the 80s, all wrapped into a yellow pizza pocket we call Pac-Man. And yup, I know, this is reaching more than a Cat and Falcon recovery. Am I right, Melee guys? Huh? High five, huh? Okay. But let me show you what I mean. So first and foremost, let's look at his neutral B, the fruit selector thingy. As you may know, these are the fruits from the original Pac-Man. But what you may not have noticed is that they're in the exact same order that they were in Pac-Man 2. Each time you progress past a level in that game, a new bonus fruit or item appears. In Smash, however, you're not awarded points, but rather a stronger, and eventually wonkier, projectile. I'm not sure if this was a coincidence or implemented purposely, but Smash Bros. Does the exact same thing with bonuses as the original Pac-Man game did. Levels get harder and harder, AI speed increases, but bonus fruits give you more and more points. Kind of the same in Smash, huh? See, most players are only patient enough or strategic enough to just get the strawberry or orange and wham, they just throw it. But it's mostly the proactive thinkers who make a strategy long beforehand to use the item strategically and reap the rewards. Speaking of strategy, this kinda seeps into effective Pac-Man play too. I know I'm not one to talk, but like, I don't wear these glasses for nothing. Pac-Man as a character succeeds when you play with avoidance. What does that mean? Well, you play to your advantages. The best example I could show you is Abadongo, a Japanese player from this year's Apex. He utilized Pac-Man's avoidance tools almost perfectly and played to maximize his strengths. Once he was in a desirable position, he went in guns, or should I say, keys blazing, and got some percent. Then went back to neutral to reset the situation. Sorry about all this competitive mumbo-jumbo, but I hope you know what I'm saying. So let's relate that back to Pac-Man. In that game, you can only really make the best out of your situation because, well, you're always on defense. You have to avoid the ghosts while getting your pellets, so taking advantage of your position based on their position is seriously important. Using the power pellets wisely is the difference between players that live and the players that... I know. This example only really highlights one way to play the pack, but Abadongo made it pretty far in that worldwide tournament with such an unexpected character, so his strategy must be doing something right. And since we're drawing all these parallels, let's take it a step further. Another thing Pac-Man takes from his debut title is the randomness. Okay, well, I wouldn't call the game random, just maybe. It seems random and wonky due to the complex formulas we're too naive and ignorant to understand. Now I know, Pac-Man in Spanish may be weird, but he isn't random. Alex, do you even complain about it as Smash 4? Let me expand a bit of these dongs to show you what I mean. So in Pac-Man, the player only really gets a clue to the ghost personalities from these super broad names. Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, and Pokey. And that's all you get. But after some experimenting and investigation by a few really crazy fans, the ghost showed that they actually had much more complex personalities, or patterns I suppose. Blinky was always on your ass chasing, with his speed incrementally increasing depending on the amount of Pac dots he collected. And then Pinky wasn't actually speedy. She more so likes to go around blocks counterclockwise to Pac-Man and tries to get in front of his mouth. And his dick. So it turns out that Blinky and Pinky together are actually a really tough combination. Then there's Inky and Clyde. Inky has no rhyme or reason to what he does, and Clyde is just a dumbass. So enough of the history lesson. Why am I telling you this? It's because the complexity in Pac-Man kind of follows through to Pac-Man's moveset. Now, the AI thing didn't actually make it into Pac-Man's moveset, but it is within the Ghost Assist trophy. Pretty cool. But what I'm more focused on is the actual ideology in the game Pac-Man. Let's relate it to Mario. There you'll have the same Goomba in the same place every time you play, because Mario games are straightforward like that. But in Pac-Man, Clyde will be... Whoa, Clyde, what are you doing, man? The game Pac-Man seems random, but when you break it down, you can get a better understanding of how to play better. Smash Bros. Pac-Man is kind of the same in this way. You'll be playing a Pac-Man and say, "What? It's just a fire hydrant." Oh my goodness! Because in their heads, they have it down to a science. He looks random and zany only because how he works is not as straightforward as characters like Little Mac or Mario. That is why I think Pac-Man is the weird embodiment of arcade gaming. I can't put my finger on it, but something about his moves, his sound effects, and his wonkiness remind me of the days of arcades. He's fun, random, but deceptively strategic. Many will play him, but few will master him. But what would I change about him? Well, I feel like the ghost personalities I mentioned was a missed opportunity. But definitely making him a love song to Namco was the right way to go. They did a task that was seemingly hard. Make Pac-Man have an original moveset. So, dang, I gotta commend them for that. But what do I know, right? What do you guys think about my analysis on Pac-Man? Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. This has been Alex, and I will see you on the flip side.